Welcome to In the Green Room. I'm Kinga.
And I'm Chet.
I'm Richard.
And
I'm Diane.
And this is Martin.
Yay!
Yay! Woo! Martin's back in the show.
Hey Martin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Man. It's good to see you.
Well, he spent that like basically month in Europe, so he's probably on cloud nine.
You're traveling and working. And
Yeah. You're still
Oh,
traveling?
you're just being a world traveler.
Still traveling since you got back?
Yeah, we're going up to do some wine tasting up north this weekend. We've been
What, the
music
Verde Valley?
festival last weekend. Yeah, the Verde Valley.
What music festival?
What music
Where was
festival
that?
did we go? It was.
Well, since
Anyway.
you can't think of it, we'll
Yes.
think
No,
about
he's
talking
in
about
the
it later.
process of
But
thinking.
we are here wine tasting
Wait, I want to hear about the
today.
music festival.
And we
though.
are
When I
talking-
think of it, I will.
We'll talk about it.
All right.
Wait, who
So
was your
we-
favorite artist that you saw there? We might be able to jog his memory with that.
But cheers, because we are talking about Napa Valley and my wine tasting
Napa
with Dr.
Valley.
Diane. And we are having fun here. And we're going to review all these wines we've tried.
Yes.
So,
Wait, is it just me or are we accidentally drinking a different one? Mine looks like it's a different color.
Yours is-
No,
yours is the
drinking
champagne.
The
Okay.
rosé champagne.
Okay, yeah, well, I need the
Oh, where's the
other
bottle?
one then, so
You'll get the
tasting
other
the
one.
right
No,
one.
You
we're
get the
starting
other-
with the champagne.
You'll get the
You have
other
the
one.
first
This
one.
is the
momentarily.
rosé.
It is the
We
rosé.
have
It's
another
champagne.
glass for you, brother.
Where's
Here.
the bottle?
You'll get the
right there.
Chardonnay in that.
Okay.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
And the Cabernet.
We're
Okay,
starting
so
with
which
this
one are we starting with?
This one.
All right.
This one. So give us the
That's the one I
backstory
have.
on this, Kinga.
Okay, so...
Rumor has it that you and two other women had a crazy trip to Napa and were totally out of control.
Thank
and
you.
They had to call the cops and everything. Is that true? Is that just
Funny,
rumor?
funny. That's just rumor. So,
That's just rumor.
Diane
There's no
and
reports
I
at all.
went to visit my kindergarten best friend. See, I'm still friends with my kindergarten best
Mm-hmm.
friend. That's kind of a big deal. Who can say they're still friends with their kindergarten best friend,
I got nothing.
right? And so we went to have a good time and go to Napa.
Yes.
And Dr. Diane had gone to medical school at Stanford and residency in Stanford. So you were there for 10 years. And so,
Yeah, fellowship, all of it. Internship.
and so she
Nice.
suggested
So you,
a couple wineries, and which were they?
while you were there, you probably did some time in wine country, yeah?
I did, yes. We would go up every time we had some time off.
Yeah.
And so we did some
Napa,
tasting.
Sonoma, Mendocino?
Both.
Yeah.
Yes. And even a little bit north of that.
Yeah, Mendocino.
Nice.
So we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of food and a lot of wine, and we had a driver. We were not driving.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Renee,
Driver.
Only
for
way
sure.
to do it.
Renee, she's a corporate lawyer, but she started off as a DUI attorney, or
Okay.
that's or criminal law,
Right?
and so she will never drink wine
drive.
and drive a car, and so she has a driver almost always.
Yeah.
Well, aren't you the
And
same?
so, yes, I
Well,
didn't drive
that's
here.
good.
I didn't drive here.
That's good.
Yes,
It should be.
yes, and
We
Diane
all
didn't
are there.
drive here.
No,
I know
we
I
don't.
did. No. So anyhow,
Always get a driver in Napa. My recommendation. Yes.
Mhm.
that's right. So we had a lot of giggles because we
We
thought we were Charlie's Angels.
We did.
But tell us about the first wine we're tasting and why this is one of your favorites.
Okay, so this is Domaine Carneros, and it's a mixture of Pinot Noir, like 50%, and then a little bit of Chardonnay, but it's all from the Carneros region on the estate, and it's a vintage, so it's 2017, and so they bring all these grapes together from that year, the vintage. It's not a blend, and so the wine taster, like, they harvest it and they blend it so it's perfect. So it's got a nice little pink color, and it's actually really, really delicious. It's
almost amber color, I think.
Yeah.
a little bit ambery.
They would refer to this as salmon.
Salmon,
or
correct.
onion skin.
Okay,
Yeah.
salmon. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Typically.
And just so you guys know that in America, champagne is not called champagne because
That's
champagne
true.
is only from Champagne in France. But this is America's champagne.
No,
So it's
American
sparkling
wine.
But it's
Sparkling
kind
wine.
of like, it's kind of like our version. Would you say?
It's
Yes,
not.
no.
Let's just be
It's a-
accurate
it's
and
a
call it
sparkling
sparkling wine.
Sparkling
And it
wine.
happens to be made by a French company.
It's like
Yes.
Kleenex
Yes.
and tissue,
Tantanger.
right?
Okay,
Yes.
okay, let's debate this though, because do we have anything that tastes similar to champagne in America?
No, this is made the same way.
This tastes
Absolutely.
similar.
Thank you.
It tastes,
This is
it
patent.
tastes
So it's-
very similar to
He's
champagne.
right.
Okay, that's what I'm trying
The
to say.
champagne is sparkling wine
From France.
Champagne.
From Champagne.
From Champagne specifically.
Right.
That's it.
That's
it's
it.
still sparkling wine.
Thank you. That's all I was trying to say.
Champagne has become
Because some
a
people don't know the
generic
difference.
term
Right.
for any sparkling
Right, like
wine.
Kleenex
which
has
the
become a
French
generic term
are
for
terribly
tissues
offended by,
or-
incidentally.
But I'm just saying, like,
As
I've
they
been
should
with
be.
friends and I've said, oh, you know, that's still, it is like a champagne. They're like, no, it's sparkling wine. I'm like, that's what champagne is, but it's from Champagne, France.
Next
and
time
people
you
have to
just
understand
slap 'em. They
that,
don't
right?
know. Yeah,
Boom, boom,
just
boom.
slap 'em.
Okay,
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
like a
Cheers.
If
champagne.
they,
How
if
would you
they say something
especially
like that, just
if it's made.
Well, they're trying to sound like a wine aficionado, but you're just saying that they're made the same way.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now,
But
here's
they
the-
think that you're ignorant and don't know the region because you're not specifying. So it's like they might be saying, haha, that chick doesn't know that champagne's from Champagne.
I do know that.
But not if you specify. Don't specify.
Well, no, if you say it's like champagne, yes, it is like champagne.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Now
say.
here's the
Okay.
thing about
Okay.
champagne.
Richard Betts, let us know.
Here,
He's the wine expert
here's
here.
the thing about champagne. All the sparkling wine, all is made in Champagne, is made in méthode traditionnelle, okay?
Yes.
Which means that the grapes are fermented into still wine, then they're put in this bottle, this very heavy bottle.
Very thick glass.
You know, so now we've got fermented
Closer.
still wine in this bottle, and then they added dosage of sugar and yeast and cap it off. with a
Okay,
cap.
so they put still wine and put sugar and yeast.
Yeah, now what do you think is going to happen? A secondary fermentation happens in that bottle from the sugar and yeast they put in there. Okay? That's traditional method.
Method de
And what do
they do
Champenois.
differently?
Method de Champenois.
And what do they do differently in Champagne?
Same.
That's what they do.
They speak
So
French.
this
Thank
is the
you. They speak
Good
Yeah, they
one.
do it while
the
speaking French.
traditional
Good one, good one,
way
yeah.
of
He's totally right.
making sparkling wine.
and probably being
originated in
condescending.
Champagne.
Yeah, and being a jerk
Let me pour
about
me
it.
some more, please.
Which one?
The
The
sparkling.
traditional way of making sparkling wine in that style originated in Champagne, okay? And it's called méthode champenoise.
Yes.
Oh, you just
That's
said
not
that?
what the
I did
Greeks
say that.
say. The
Yeah,
Greeks
yeah,
say that
yeah.
they invented it, but that's not
Well,
what they say.
no, what they made.
What does that mean, though? Method champenois.
It's the method of
method
putting.
I just described. Secondary fermentation in the bottle.
Yes.
Now,
Don't you speak French? Come on.
Method
It's also called
champenois.
method traditionnelle.
Method traditionnel.
Yeah. So
Traditionnel.
but not all wines, especially a lot of less expensive sparkling wines, are done in the bulk Charmat method, for instance, in which a tank of still wine, you know, they pump CO2 in there and give it bubbles.
It's horrible.
They bubble
Wait a
it up.
minute. Wait, repeat that. Wait, I'm confused.
Bulk process.
So if
You
it's
take
like
regular
if it's-
sparkling, regular wine,
Okay.
you put it in a tank, and you infuse it with CO2.
It's not done the right way.
No.
so it's not done the way that
But
champagne
there
is.
are-
No.
It's not the natural
No.
fermentation occurring in the bottle.
What do you say, like in bulk champagnes? Not
Yeah.
So like what? Like what? Name one that would be that.
Barefoot would be one that.
There's a
and
Barefoot sparkling wine.
Oh yeah, they've got several, and they're very sweet.
But they have giant
Yeah.
bubbles.
There are
They
many,
give you-
many sparkling
Some
wines.
people,
yeah.
some
So
people
that's
think,
what gives you a headache. Okay.
There
Yes.
are many sparkling wines that are bulk processed, and some of them are good.
Mhm.
Now,
Yes.
here's the interesting thing: in France, the country of France, the most popular sparkling wines, and we've had them here before, are called Cremant, C-R-E-M-A-N-T, and they're made regionally in different regions around France, and they're made from the grapes of that region. Okay, but they're also made in the traditional method champenois. So secondary fermentation in the bottle, a 9 month minimum on the lease. So there are laws about that. Now, also, if you go to Spain, cava. If it says
I
cava
love
on the
cava.
bottle,
Yes. Yes.
that's also method traditionnel.
So it's not. It's
It's
a
not a
healthier
bulk
way.
process.
Okay.
So it's more authentico, you know.
Mhm.
So when you're having a mimosa, and do you think it's kind of a waste to spend more money and do the?
Yeah, most mimosas you're going to have are less expensive bulk process.
Probably prosecco,
yeah.
which is sweet.
But then, won't you get a headache?
Not necessarily. No,
Depending on how
no.
many you have, yeah.
No, no, listen, there are wines that are perfectly sound that are bulk processed.
Mhm.
Okay.
But
I
they're
hate
a
when
lot
they
less
pour a
expensive.
mimosa that's all orange juice, and it's like
That's the worst.
supposed to just be a glass of champagne with like a little 1 ounce
You still
splash
should
of
still
orange
be able to
juice.
see through the glass.
Yeah, exactly.
right?
So
For a proper mimosa.
Well, we have a place. I don't say the place where we go.
we have a restaurant that we like.
But don't say where it
has,
is.
Can we say it's Stromsburg?
Is it a
Yes, yes,
Is it
yes.
a secret?
It's not
Our
a
restaurant.
secret.
I don't want everybody to come to my restaurant,
But it's
so
a-
I don't want everybody to know.
It's
But
a Stromsburg, and how they make their mimosas is they just take a little orange, half an orange, and they squeeze it into the Stromsburg.
a half of an
And
orange.
there's no orange juice.
That's nice. I
And-
like that.
What is
Perfect.
orange juice?
La presentation.
No, but
And
If
it
you
makes a
squeeze an
perfect
orange,
mimosa.
that's
Yeah,
orange
yeah.
juice
Oh,
that
that's
comes
perfect.
out.
Yes.
Yes.
But it's a small amount.
Fresh squeeze.
Yeah.
So you're getting
Fresh
95
squeeze.
or
Squeeze me.
98%
in a
champagne.
in a
Just in
quality
a small
sparkling
amount.
wine.
and quality sparkling, yes.
Yeah.
And
That's a good way to go.
yeah,
I
and,
like
and
it.
Stromsburg is the best.
Now, Stromsburg is another example of
Yeah.
a sparkling wine made in California.
Yes.
I
In
love
fact,
it.
They were the original.
Yes.
Tastes just like champagne.
And it's made in the traditional method.
Yes.
And I saw that at AJ's when I was buying the Stag's Leap today. That was way too pricey. Like they have it too expensive there. But Stromsburg is around $50.
Yeah.
The sparkling Stromsburg.
And so when
Different
you
one,
get a
but yeah.
mimosa at
Yeah.
our favorite place, it's Stromsburg, and it's poured in this beautiful iced glass.
Yes.
It's got bumblebees on it.
And
then
they squeeze.
they
just
squeeze a
and
little
one
bit of fresh orange juice. A little bit
Like in
fresh
front of your
orange
face. They squeeze it in there. And then you know that it's not too much.
Of course.
You're not just
And-
Duh. Oh, nobody
Okay,
ever heard of that.
So let's go back to this that we're drinking. So why is this? I know you're a member.
Yes.
And how long have you been a member?
Oh, probably 15 years.
Okay. So while she was going to med school in Stanford, she had a timeshare in Napa, and she'd go to this, and you're a member.
Yeah, and it's wonderful.
Yes.
They do all these different sparkling wines in the traditional method, and you can get a tour, and they can show you how they riddle the bottles, how they put the dosage in, and they can show you some that.
Riddle me this.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold on. What
right.
is riddle and what is dosage?
It's when they rotate it. They rotate
The
it.
bottles are put in
Periodically.
a rack.
Mhm.
See, no one's talked about this on the show before.
They're put
Thank
in
you
a
for bringing this
rack
up.
at a 45-degree angle.
Yes.
Okay, that's
So
called
that's-
called what?
Riddling.
Well, it's racking. It's called it's not called racking.
We've never discussed this on the show before.
Yeah, but then they come around. Traditionally, they turn the bottles a quarter of a turn every. Few
And that's called
hours.
riddling.
No, yeah, it's riddling.
Because they're making the yeast fall to the cap.
Yeah,
See, she knows a lot.
And so you can, when it's time, when the yeast has done its job, you can pull that cap out and the yeast comes with it, and then you recork it.
yeah. They freeze the neck of the bottle with that yeast.
They
in
do.
it.
Really?
Yeah,
They do.
freeze it.
Yes.
Fast freeze it with like nitrogen or something,
Yes, that's true.
and then pop. But not all the it doesn't all come out. Just and then they put
Recap it.
the final dosage in it.
What's
Yeah.
the dosage?
The sugar.
A little bit
Well,
of sugar.
sometimes it's brandy, sometimes it's
Yeah.
other wine.
Well,
Depending on if they
yeah,
fortify it, yeah.
But it's something that
Natural?
that's going to that's going to determine the style.
The
Natural
style.
is no extra sweetness at all, totally dry. Brut is just a little bit. Extra dry is a little bit more, etc.
So brut means no sugar.
No, it's usually a little bit.
Extra dry.
What does extra dry mean?
A little bit more sugar.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So how would you guys rate this? I would rate this a 10. This is incredibly good.
It's
This
very
bottle's
good.
beautiful.
This is very well made wine from wonderful vineyards, from a company, Tattanger, that has been around
Yes.
for hundreds of years and
A French company.
that knows what they're doing. They're French. And they're
Yes.
not the only French company, man. There's Mums, Napa,
Chandon.
Chandon.
And how
yeah.
much is this if somebody wants to go buy this today?
Well, at the winery, $60.
$60. And at a restaurant,
Double that, I would say.
Double that.
Yeah.
double that.
I would give it like a 9 out of 10. It's very
Yeah.
good.
I would give it a
It's a
10 out
lovely
of
wine.
10.
It's very delicate. And,
I think I would give it a 5.
Oh my God.
what do you say? You want to buy 5 bottles?
Well, no, this is not my kind of
Okay.
thing. Like, 5 from the Russian judge.
The Russian.
It's just
The
an
Russian
homage.
judge. That's because
Just an homage.
That's
to the
because your
album.
palate's been
That's all.
ruined by vodka.
It's called
Literally,
vodka.
rubbing
It's vodka.
Well, delicious.
The
Cheers.
fact
I love
anybody
it.
enjoys drinking straight vodka
Cheers.
is
I love
mind
it.
I give it a 10.
Lovely wine.
I like
Richard,
it.
what do you give
Well,
it?
I like straight bourbon and whiskey, so.
Well, that has
So,
like an
I'll just
interesting
give him
flavor
another
to
10.
it.
Yeah.
Vodka
Yeah, vodka,
straight?
yeah.
It smells like
Hold
rubbing
on,
alcohol.
Richard's giving
It's
his-
like funny to me.
What would you give the rating, Richard?
9.99.
So that means
Yay.
Yay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers,
You
cheers,
American
cheers.
capitalists so high
And Chad, what would you rate it?
I said 9 out of 10 already.
Yeah, what do you rate it?
Yes.
I said 5
And why are you giving it a 5?
because I am Russian. Again, it's an homage to the Olympics. It just ended.
That's fascinating.
That was a lot. Some of it was a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, I enjoyed the whole thing. I enjoyed the whole
I
entire
loved it
Olympics.
too.
It was
I thought
amazing.
it was so good.
I don't know if you guys watched the Olympics, but if I missed it, I would watch it on YouTube. I watched every minute of it, and it was incredible. And yay, America! We won!
Yay.
The highest goals.
We won the Olympics.
And all, we won the Olympics. Yay! We won! Okay, so what's our second one we're going to drink now?
It's the Dariouche Chardonnay,
Okay, let's go to our second glass.
2022.
And what do we know about Dariouche?
Where is he from?
It sounds like it's in a Queen song.
I thought India.
No.
100% accurate.
Okay, so Richard, tell us about Dariouche.
Hold on, let me look it up again.
Okay. Because I'm going to speak while he looks that up, because I thought we visited a few wineries while we were in Napa.
we did.
And we had the driver. We weren't driving. I want to keep repeating that. Dariouche was very beautiful.
Why do you keep bringing that up? Now you sound like you're like hiding that you did drive.
No.
We did Uber, don't you forget it. Ubered.
No, we
We
did
didn't
not.
Uber.
I know, it's just funny
we
at
had
this
a
point how
driver.
many
We
times you
hitchhiked.
talk
We did
about
not
it.
drive.
No,
We hitchhiked all the
We
way
rode
back.
a
No.
donkey
No.
from one vineyard to another before we'd ever drive.
with
No.
Juan
No,
Valdez.
actually, what was the guy's
You have
name?
some?
What was our driver's name?
He poured me some.
Okay.
What was our driver's name? Do you remember?
No.
Oh, I thought you remember.
Mm-mm.
So,
So the
Okay.
Dariouche is the
closer and louder.
Yes, thank you.
Much louder.
The Khaledi family, the
Mm.
Dariouche Khaledi. The story was inspired by the creation of Dariouche and continues to shape it today. Dariouche is a man dedicated to wine and the ideals of the American dream. So he was born and raised in Iran, trained as a civil engineer and lifelong entrepreneur. And I remember when they opened Dariouche, I think it was in they founded it in 1998, late 90s.
1998.
With his wife, founded in 1998, and you've been there now. I mean,
Oh my
love
God!
that.
it is the most gorgeous.
It's a
She was gonna
palace.
say that.
It is a palace.
Hold on,
It's so
hold on.
beautiful.
It's a palace.
Yeah.
It's a palace.
No,
It's unreal.
yeah.
It's and you walk in, they treat you like you're, like royalty.
Yeah.
There's like they open the door for you. It's
That is-
so
that
elegant.
is
It's
in the
opulent.
tradition
elegant,
yeah. And
of
opulent.
Mid-Eastern hospitality.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know?
And he's there. We saw him.
Yeah.
Yes, he was walking
he's running around. He's
Yeah.
there, and she
Saying
said he's
hi to
there
people.
always. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
incredible.
Cool.
Yes.
Fun.
And apparently his son opened up a winery as well, just around the corner.
Yeah.
And this guy from Dariouche owns a lot of the properties in Napa. And by the way, Napa
Yeah.
is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
You
a
want to move
great-
there when you get there.
It's true. It's true.
Just like when you go to Hawaii. Yeah.
I enjoyed San Francisco, but I wouldn't want to move there. But
No.
Napa, I could get a house there. It was unbelievably
Now,
It's that
beautiful.
amazing.
in driving around Napa, did you see a lot of evidence of recent fires?
No,
You did not.
no, it was very
Interesting.
lush, very green.
But
No.
Dariouche got approached, and actually on their northern side,
Really?
they have some burn marks on the trees. It
Okay.
came that close, but
Yeah.
they imported that stone that they built that
Yeah.
tasting room from, and he actually lives there. And so it came that close, but because it was made of stone, it didn't burn. It didn't burn.
Nice.
Yeah, they lost some wineries that year, and in previous years too, totally gone. You know,
Newton really got
Newton,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well-
some over the
But then, hold on. That's why the ones that got hit, but yet some of their grapes weren't ruined. That's what increased the prices, and the prices spiked
of course.
incredibly high. Like for example, the next one we're going to be drinking, Stag's Leap.
Mm-hmm.
You can't touch a bottle of this for under $100. I mean, this is their cheap wine,
Right.
and we're looking at like $130. But everything's like $250, $350, and more,
Right.
because it's one of the top wines.
because
Actually,
so many wineries lost their grapes, and so they are one of the few that harvested it right before the fire.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
yes,
that's
So
why.
so they have
That's
wine.
correct.
Yeah, no one else.
And they
does.
saved
Wow.
they saved their.
but also.
Conspiracy, maybe they had something to do with
But
fire.
also,
No, I'm
Stag's
kidding.
Leap
Who knows? Who
is what
knows?
put Napa on.
I've been watching too much House of Cards.
But hold on.
I'm kidding.
Can you guys learn that Stag's Leap is what put Napa on the map
One of them.
with the world.
One of the wineries.
But they won.
Yeah,
One of the wineries.
one of them.
Can you
right.
tell what they won?
Several.
Yes, let him tell.
Let's tell.
There's several wineries. This was, you've seen the movie, about, what's it called? The movie about this?
We don't know. You're telling
It's
us.
about the Taste of Paris. Bottle Shock.
Bottle Shock, yeah.
The Taste of Paris that happened in 1976. A guy,
You ladies weren't born
what's his
yet.
name? An Englishman.
not.
I'm trying to remember his name. If you have to look at it. An Englishman who had a retail store
Decades later.
in Paris, wanted to, drum up some publicity. So he cooked up this wonderful scheme. You could call it a scheme, where he invited wineries from Napa, Stag's Leap wine cellars being one of them. Oh gosh.
It's okay if you can't remember. Just keep
Anyway, and so there were 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5 wineries that came over, and they had this
To France.
big tasting, blind tasting of these California wines.
Cabernets. More than
No,
Cabernets?
no,
But
Chardonnay
okay,
too.
but I'm gonna look it up because I did my research and they say that this was the #1 that won the top gold.
Well,
the
he's
top
telling the
number
story.
one.
Yeah.
He's
And this
telling the
got
story.
They're
Napa
not-
on the map.
Yeah,
Stag's Leap Wine
they're
Cellars.
not the only winery that was part
I'm
of
gonna
that and
hashtag
won
you guys.
medals.
Stag's
It's true.
Leap.
Now, if you let me finish the story,
Okay.
and
No,
this is the
no, it's true.
amazing part
He's telling
about
it
it.
right.
Okay.
These were judged blind by
Yes.
French judges.
Yes.
Okay.
And this beat out all the French wine.
And didn't beat them all, but it showed very well, and in some cases it did beat the French wine.
If all the judges were French,
Now,
then they probably weren't able to
especially
smell
the
the
Cabernet,
nose.
and I'll tell you,
Ah.
I can tell you
That was a
why.
good one. That was funny.
That was funny.
That was funny.
I can tell you why. Because, I worked at a winery in Napa in 1974, 2 years before this, and I can tell you from personal experience, the wines they were making then were not at all like the wines they're making now. These wines were 12.5 alcohol, just like French Bordeaux's. They were high tannin, high acid wines, and they were made exactly in the style they make them in France. And with the same grapes, but from a different terroir, a different region, right? So the French judges, I can just imagine they're tasting these wines and they're like, wow, because they express differently in that terroir in California than they do in Bordeaux. So they're saying, wow, but they so that's why they kind of got the edge.
So
So what were the other wineries that, would you say would join Stag's Leap as, being the ones that won that competition and put Napa on the map? What were the other
I don't look it
wineries
up.
that you would say?
I'm trying to think I'd have to look it up.
While you're thinking, though, we actually, when we were there tasting,
That could take
they were
all day.
telling us about the different terroirs of what they have in Napa, and one of them is a volcano that is old and dormant, but it's dry, and so the grapes are stressed, and so they come down this one section, and the very next section has all the rain that comes in from the mountain, and so all of those grapes are just happy as can be.
Yeah.
So those grapes come out all fruity and
Yeah.
gushing with fruit flavors.
gushing with fruit flavors, and yes, and the one that won was the ones that are stressed because they have so much complexity.
The Woody Allen of grapes. Oh.
No, that's true. No, that's true.
So true. Yeah.
So Chateau Montelena was another winery.
What were they picked too young?
That won for their Chardonnay.
Touche,
Chateau
Mr.
Montelena.
Pussycat, touche.
They're still around.
Okay, I found it because I want to be correct in this. In 1976, Stag's Leap Wine Cellars
Yes.
was #1
Yes.
in the Paris wine tasting. And then it says it had the highest score in the red wine category.
Yes.
No, I read my stuff, so I do know
I
that.
didn't
So
question
it's
that.
in
I
the
did. I
Paris,
thought she
Paris
was
said there
wine
was other
tasting,
wineries.
I asked what other wines were
How could you mislead us,
excellent
Richard?
other than Stag's Leap, and it said they were #1. And then it says in the red wine category, in the Judgment of Paris blind tasting, beating out all the well-known French wines. In
Yep.
1973, the Chateau Montelena Chardonnay
Montelena
also
Chardonnay. I just mentioned
won
that.
the white wine category.
Yes.
And
Points
it was
for
also
Richard.
a tasting which was organized for the British wine merchant Stephen Spurrier.
Yeah.
Surprised the wine world and
Stephen
challenged
Spurrier,
the
right.
idea that French wines aren't the best. and that we in America could beat their wine. Just those two.
Yes.
They only mentioned those two.
My point
That's
is,
right.
well,
No,
Gergie's
you're
was there, a couple others were there.
And
but
that's
those
why
are
there's
the
a whole
ones that
region
won,
in
yeah.
Napa called Stag's Leap.
Yeah.
So Chet and
But
Marten.
there's two wineries. There's Stag's Leap Wine Cellars and there's Stag's Leap Winery.
I know that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
did a lot
So
of research
my point
on that.
is,
We
though,
did it.
if
And the
they-
number one
if
is this
they-
one.
If they'd done this tasting
This
10
is-
years later,
Okay. Wait,
it
hold
would
on.
have had a totally
But
different
when you're saying that,
outcome.
you make it seem like it's iffy if this is the one that won. This is the one that won because we didn't want
I
to go to the
didn't
one
s-
that didn't
No, I
win.
didn't say it was iffy. That's the one that
Okay,
won for the red wine. Yes,
This is good. I like the drama. This is good for the show. So Stag's Leap, there's two. So somebody else started a Stag's Leap, and they were second after them, and they had a lawsuit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there's Stag's Leap, and it's different with apostrophe S.
Yes.
One has apostrophe S, and one doesn't. But
This is the original one.
But one Stag's Leap, and one Stag's Leap Wine Cellars, and they're two different wineries. And they had a big lawsuit, but they were able to keep that. They were able to keep their wine name, and they had to change their name. So this one's, if it doesn't say Wine Cellars, the other one says apostrophe S and just Stag's Leap, and they're two different ones. And this is number one.
That's so interesting.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if I started a
See, I've done
band
my
called
homework.
Stag's Leap, do you think they would sue me?
Yeah.
100%.
So I did do my
Well,
homework.
there is a geographical.
Like champagne, right?
No.
No,
In
no.
Napa, there's different
There
regions, which I
is-
didn't know till I went.
The terroir.
There is actually.
There's an area called Stag's Leap.
There's a
Because of this
feature,
one.
a feature called Stag's Leap. It's actually a part of the mountain there
Yeah.
Yes, but there's like
where the
different.
stags
How
come
many
and
regions
they
are
leap
there?
off
Let's see if Richard knows this.
in their mating rituals.
How many regions are there in Napa?
Yeah, that's what they do.
How many what?
Regions are there in Napa?
Oh my God. We
We're
just
spitting
digressed.
facts
There's
right
so
here.
many
We digress.
sub-regions. So many sub-regions.
Well, like there's Carneros,
Carneros, there's Rutherford.
There's Stag's Leap.
Stag's Leap.
Stag's
What
Leap,
else?
Oh, there's so many. Yeah. Rutherford.
Rutherford.
Here,
My
after the
favorite
map.
is Russian River. and
Russian River,
Alexandria.
that's so
Those are my
normal.
two.
Where's Schramsberg from? There's Oakville.
Sonoma.
Sonoma.
Oakville, yes. There we go.
Mhm.
Okay. So I didn't until I went to Napa, I didn't realize there's like a map of like different regions, and because of how amazing they were, they have their own region.
Mm-hmm.
Stag's Leap has
They
their
call
own
them
region,
AVAs.
and then this one's so amazing, Domaine Carneros, and they have
From
a
the
whole region.
Carneros region.
Carneros region. So this is a region
Ron
because of
Bauer,
this one.
His Carneros Chardonnay is
And there's
pretty
Spring Mountain.
Amazing. I love Ron Bauer.
Yeah.
But his winery tasting room is really far north.
Mhm.
It's not anywhere
So
near
Chad's-
No,
Carneros.
no,
So one
Yeah.
question I have
Yeah,
is,
he's a lot of fun to party with. I
It
partied
looks-
with him one time, and man, that guy can drink. Oh
Not
my
anymore.
goodness.
I,
No.
No, he's dead.
I talked to
I
a
didn't know
friend that went there for
This was a while ago.
Okay, Chet's got a friend.
that went there for a bachelorette party, and she said it was like so fun going and tasting the wine. But she said that basically when the sun goes down, there's not that much to do in Napa.
That's true.
What would your take be on that?
When was this?
You have to go
Well,
over to
They went
Sonoma.
like
She's
maybe
the
2 years ago.
expert.
Well, being there when I was in my college years and everything, there are things to do in Napa, but it's very slim. But you can go to Cole's Shop House and have amazing meals.
Yes.
And you can visit everybody and have great conversations with all the locals. And then you walk down the street and there's all kinds of live music.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
All
gonna
down
say
the
it.
street.
When I'm wine,
She's right.
When I'm
Yeah.
wine buzzed, that's the main thing I want is music.
All live
So,
music.
like,
Mhm.
that's
There's
the main
even-
reason why I've been hesitant to go to
No,
Napa.
there's even
because
rooftop bars. I
Oh,
know
okay,
where they
cool.
all
And
are.
they stay open pretty late.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
they
do.
do.
Until 2 a.m.
Yes.
Awesome. So
she's
is that like
correct.
just in the town of Napa though?
In the
or-
town of
Yeah,
Napa.
yeah.
Very cool.
But what region
So
is
there
that?
is. It sounds like there
Napa.
is a fun vibe then if there's
There
live
is.
music. Okay,
Oh,
very
it
cool.
is. There's
Absolutely.
lots
There
of. Oh, hold on. I wouldn't like it if it's not high-end food,
The food is
live
amazing.
music, and great wine.
It, had
And
every,
it has everything I like, and it's very green.
But
And
you,
there's also
you're right. People don't know how to access that live music and the fun because most places do shut down. All the wineries shut down.
Mhm.
There's
There's
nothing there.
resorts where things are happening in those resorts.
No,
no. There's a section
downtown
she showed
Napa.
me.
Yeah, I know,
Downtown
but
Napa.
there's-
She showed me. There's a section, and it's
But there's
all
very
bars
Tony
and-
resorts in Napa
live
Valley
music.
too.
Yes,
there are, but,
there are,
but
yes.
they don't, most of them closed
They
down.
closed
They're
down.
probably very like quiet and wanting people
They
there that
kinda
are just there for
are.
like relaxation and wine
There's an
tasting.
area. There's an area.
The
kind of
nightlife
like,
is downtown.
Yeah,
of
it's
course.
kind of like your Tempe of Napa, and it's just it's like live music, but great
yeah.
food.
And it goes till 2 a.m. Yeah.
And she was
Very
like,
cool.
"What?"
Well, now I really want to go.
Oh,
now that I
it's
know
great.
there's
It's
actually
great. It's
somewhere
great.
for a night owl like me to go have fun.
There is.
Oh, there is, 100%. And it's a great place for you to take a date.
And beautiful hiking.
Oh, yeah.
And then close by Sonoma and his friend from Mercury.
That's right.
Tell us about
Brad
Mercury.
and Grady, yep, up in Geyserville. They've been doing some fun stuff up. They've got a tasting room now at Sonoma Lake, so you can go ride horses and then go back.
20 minutes away.
Yeah, well, it's probably 20 minutes away from Santa Rosa.
Well, I know from where we were, our driver said it was 20 minutes away, and everybody said, no, we're not going 20 minutes.
20
and I was like,
minutes.
let's go. I go, 20 minutes is nothing. But nobody, I got vetoed. So.
That's okay.
Well, we were at the end of
Yeah.
our tasting.
Yeah.
I would encourage anyone visiting Napa to go off the beaten path. Go off,
Okay.
Route 29 with all the big wineries and the Silverado Trail, and back and up in the hills, you'll find the most amazing little wineries. An example, friends of mine own a place called Rust Ridge Ranch. I've spent a lot of time there. I actually worked there for a while. And
cute.
they have vineyards, a winery, a marvelous bed and breakfast. It's kind of rustic, but really, really nice. And they raise thoroughbred racehorses.
Oh, that's interesting.
And
Interesting.
it's such an interesting place to visit. It's got a great history. So there's places like that sprinkled all over Napa.
Okay,
that
okay.
are
Let me tell you,
fascinating.
Napa to me is like 5-star, high end. It, like, there's not a bad section of Napa.
No.
Everything's gorgeous.
Yes.
Everything's like
I agree.
beautiful restaurants and beautiful wineries. It's mansion houses.
I agree.
Well,
Like,
that's
there's,
what you see
like-
when you go up the main highway, but there's a
She
lot more
explained
to
it to me
Napa than
because
that.
we came from San Francisco because we were visiting Renee, and San Francisco's nice, but there's a lot of
Crime.
Yeah, crime, and
Dirty.
there was a lot of homeless. It was a lot of dirty, but we got to Napa. Everything looked clean, pristine, perfection. Trees, lakes, water, restaurants. It was just
Grapes.
grapes. Thank you. Vineyard.
Wine
I
tasting.
was
So
saying,
now-
how did you not remember grapes?
Chet, you're so cute. So can we try this next?
She's so
My
cute.
favorite.
She's so
Yes,
cute.
let's do it.
Let's
Like,
do the next one.
All three are my favorites, but this is the one I chose to go to. This is the one I chose to go to.
And it was amazing. We had so much fun there.
Yes.
We
No
laughed.
comments on the Chardonnays?
Oh,
Yeah, we have to rate the
okay.
Chard first.
Okay, so let's go back to the Chard. I need another sip to taste it.
I thought it was very unique.
Okay, thank you. We do have to talk about the
It's a
Chardonnay.
very well made wine. It's a lovely wine.
taste some.
I want more than one.
I have an issue with the alcohol content being 14.7,
So it's higher than usual.
which
That is
is
because he's American weakling.
Ah,
This is what we feed our baby.
Got
cheers! Cheers!
we're only
Eat our baby.
100 proof of the baby. We have to get them started.
I am the palate of a Russian potato.
But anyway,
he needs a little more than
this is
Yeah,
a
have a
delicious
sip.
Well, I
wine.
Yeah.
want the red one.
The tiniest sip, though. Tiny.
This
tiny.
is a delicious wine.
Gosh,
You
talk about
can
it.
drink this on its
Pushy.
own. You don't necessarily need food. To me, would need a little more acidity to be really good with food.
So we're going to take turns talking about it. So you talk
Yes.
about it how
So
you
that's,
want it.
it's a lovely wine. It's very tasty, but I don't like.
How would you rate it from 1 to 10?
7?
Why would you rate it at 7?
Too
Because I
much
would rate it at
alcohol.
10.
Too much alcohol.
That's your only reason?
Yeah, and that's a very good reason.
Why?
That is why I'm raising
it's out of balance.
my score.
He's got it on next.
What is your 7? I scored 8, just in spite of my good friend Richard.
I
It's
don't.
like the Olympics.
What part of people go Richard?
That's
I
right.
I
What do you rate it?
Yeah.
I would give it an 8. 8.5 actually.
That's
Okay,
see,
why only
even the young
8.5?
man agrees with Russian judge.
I love
I love how she says only at 8.5. That's an excellent score.
it. Well, I would give it a 10. Because I
You
love
give
Chardonnay.
everything a 10 though, and then that
I
makes
know.
everything a 1. You don't understand how that basically
Right.
Yeah,
that
no.
takes you don't understand that takes rating out of it. If everything's 10, everything's a 10, then nothing's a 10.
Okay, what did I give my rosé?
10. You said that was a 10. Now you're saying this is a 10.
Okay.
And you're
I
gonna
believe
say
she said it
Stag's
was
Leaf.
9.9.
We already know you're gonna say Stag's. We already know you're gonna say Stag's Leaf is a 10 because that's the one that you picked.
It's a 12.
So, yeah.
It's a 12.
It is 12.
It's not a 10, it's a 12. So let's go back to this.
American
Okay.
public school, just like I said.
So you did.
I love Martin's Richard Russian character. amazing.
So
We need Russian Marten
Give your
more.
description of it. Give your description.
We need
of it.
Martinov more often.
My name is
Igor.
Marten
Igor.
Martinov.
It's not.
Igor.
You.
Stravinsky.
I've been known as Vladimir. I've been
Stravinsky.
Stravinsky. Yes, I make violins. Anyway, so how I
Stradivarius.
would describe this wine. I smell some melon on the top.
Some notes.
Melon.
Some notes.
Melon
Maybe a
notes.
G sharp.
A G sharp.
It's a very musical
It's
wine.
not as good as vodka. I give vodka 10 out of 10. Because my friend Richard scored this a 7, I'm going to give it an 8.
Yay.
It has,
So what would you?
it has a sweetness that Richard lacks. I am so sorry, Richard. I did not know where this is coming
You're putting
from.
party people Richard onto the roaster and roasting him to death.
I apologize from the deepest part of
I
my being.
eschew sanguinity. So there.
So what would you pair it with?
I would pair it with a nice Russian
Potato.
woman.
Wait, what
Yes,
did you
you
say?
can have a good time with
I
the
meant
bottle of this.
potatoes. What I meant to say was potato. That was a better answer.
A nice special woman. Well, I won't tell Sherry you said that.
She will not listen to this. That's fine. We'll be fine.
She will never know.
She'll never know.
She will never know.
She's not aware of your alter ego?
Oh no, she knows. She knows.
Keep your Russian boy.
So most
ready.
people in different parts of the country know me as Borders. That is right. In Florida, they know me as Borders. In Virginia and Tennessee, they know me as Borders. There are bars I could go into today where they go, Boris! I almost got arrested in Florida as Borders. Long story, probably not going to share it on the radio.
That's funny.
But a big shout out to Florida SWAT team. Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you for not arresting
How
me.
many IDs? How many IDs do you have, Boris?
Well, just like every American, I have at least 15.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
should we drink this with food?
Yes,
Cracker?
some I believe this would go good with some king crab. No? Right? Some butter.
I was about to say that would be the food pairing if you were in Stalingrad or something.
Well, then it would be potato.
So what would you pair this with? Oh, you don't know.
I would pair this with something. See, it's so rich by itself, and
You don't need to pair it.
You don't need to pair. I would pair it with something acidic. This has no acid, so when you pair it with something rich, it's just going to be rich on rich. No, you're like
Something white, like a white fish, would be really good. I think, like some sole.
Well,
Oh, for sure.
It would
Sole,
this would
salmon,
overpower
yes.
it, in my opinion.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah.
What would you pair it with?
Sea bass. I think sea bass would be yummy with this.
It might work.
Yeah.
Sea bass. Okay.
Depending on the sauce. Now, if you had a really citrusy sauce,
Yes.
that would work with this.
All right, so we're going to go to our next one.
Here we go.
But did everybody give their rating?
Yes.
Yeah.
We all did.
What'd you rate it?
I think it's a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I love it. Well,
We have 10s, we have 7, we have 8s.
8s,
That's right.
7, and 10s.
All
Okay,
right,
good.
bring out the red one. Let's see
And let's go to the red one.
Let's check out the
Ready? Is
red.
everybody
That's right.
ready?
Check out the
now
red.
the
What's it
NSA
called?
is going
Okay.
to be listening to our show.
Which-
We just got 4 more listeners.
What stag sleep? Which stag sleep is this one? Is it apostrophe S or no apostrophe?
I was not paying attention during that part of the show.
Okay, I'm gonna test you guys. Which one's apostrophe? Is this one the apostrophe?
oh, read it.
No. I want you. I already told you guys. The other one is
Ho hum.
apostrophe or not apostrophe. Which one has the apostrophe S?
There's
The
no,
other one.
There's no apostrophe.
This one's apostrophe S.
Damn it.
This one has apostrophe S.
Apostrophe
The other
S.
one,
The other
one's
one
just Stag's Leap Wine.
Tune in next week where we
And it
just
doesn't have
describe
apostrophe.
semicolons.
But I do care because that's all over the internet. What's the
All right,
difference
would you
between the
pour
two?
this red
Apostrophe
wine
doesn't matter.
before I
This is
take you to
Stag's Leap
Stalingrad
Wine
and leave
Cellar. The
that?
apostrophe doesn't matter.
It does.
Stag's Leap Wine Cellar.
Look it up. It's all about the apostrophe
It's
S.
not, because the other one's not called Stag's Leap Wine Cellar.
It's just called Stag's Leap Wine.
Yes. So that's all
Without
you
the
need to
apostrophe
know.
S. But they just do it short. One has apostrophe. This one has apostrophe. The other one doesn't. Here we go.
Two different names. The apostrophe doesn't matter.
All right, so I could name the band with a semicolon.
Yeah.
Okay, Chet, I need your glass.
He is not
Richard, glass.
Oh wait, I need a new glass.
I need glasses.
I
Okay.
need a new glass.
No,
Oh,
we
you
don't.
didn't do hers.
We don't have a new glass.
Wait, she doesn't. need
Okay,
glass.
do we have a dump glass then?
Yes, right there.
Oh, that's too expensive to dump.
The solo cup.
We don't dump stuff that's
I asked
over.
what the show is about. If you would have said we were wine tasting, I would have Ubered.
Something's over
but-
$30. We don't dump.
Well, I can't leave my car here, so
Use the big glass for this. Oh, definitely.
I don't want to pour that one out because I'm still tasting that one a little bit.
Pour from that to that.
Okay.
Yeah, pour from that to that, because you want that glass for this. Trust
Okay.
me.
Will the nose be more efficient?
Yes.
While we're on it, let's tell people that. So, with a red, is it specifically reds then that you want a bigger glass for the nose?
Yes.
Let's educate the people.
Well, any wine, really, but the red, it's...
Talk into the speaker.
This is a great all-purpose wine glass. Look at the shape. It's got a nice
Get yours?
broad base, and so it's got room to aerate and swirl the wine, but then it's tapered up, which directs the aroma right to your nose, so it's great for, yeah. This is a great all-purpose glass. That's why I like it.
Okay, so I loved every one of these wineries equally, but my pick was this one to go to because I've been familiar with it with some close people that love this, that are wine collectors, that are members of this, and I understand why it's so great.
Yes.
And yes, Stag's Leap Wine Cellars. I can see why they won.
Ooh, this is good.
And this is their
Getting lots
lowest
of
end.
currents
Yeah,
on the
this is
nose.
good.
Lots of
Yeah.
currents
Wow.
on the nose.
So smooth. What's
Isn't that
What's
great?
the alcohol content?
14.8.
Oh my goodness!
Oh!
That Chardonnay was 12, right?
Party Pooper
14.
Richard, candies in one.
This
Candies
is
in
typical
one.
for a Napa Cabernet.
But it is
This is
higher.
the style
This
they do it.
donkey piss with
It's higher. That tastes-
14.8.
that tastes
Oh, it's very good.
I'm sorry. Continue. I am losing focus.
Okay, so can I tell you guys a little something? I think this is a 10 plus 10 plus 12.
Yes.
I think it's
Oh,
above
we're
a
doing
10.
math again?
Yes.
I thought we went over this.
Well, you must think the other wines are horrible then. Because if you give this a 32 and they're a 10, then you're saying that they're all basically like an F minus.
No.
Yes, that's how that works.
But I will say this
If your
is
scale's out of 32 and the other ones are a 10,
it's
that's like a
mostly
30%.
Cabernet and it's 1%
I
Merlot.
think your mouth is strong.
Yeah.
Do you remember
this
anything?
is pretty yummy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's 99% Cabernet, 1%
Yes.
Merlot,
Yes.
Oh, the 1%
And
is
aged
very weak.
50% in
French oak.
New French oak. New
French oak, 50% new.
It's funny because I guess I'm just very picky with my reds because I actually love this one.
Of
No,
course
very
you do.
Yeah.
It's
Very
so
Pretty
good.
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 How long
A
is
lot
it-
of reds
how
I
long
don't
is it
like,
in
though.
the barrel did they
15 years.
What?
15
Oh
years.
yeah, no.
15 years in the barrel?
This is the most
Yes.
expensive winery like in Napa.
So
really.
this would be Woody Allen's favorite.
It
Yeah.
wasn't 15
Yeah.
years. It's a
I can-
2020. How could it have been 15 years?
She said it was 15 years. She read it. Well, it was
15
released in
months.
2020.
They bottle it.
No, that's no. That wasn't. This is the vintage of the grapes.
I thought it was 15 months.
15 months.
I know
Oh,
it's
okay.
15 months. Yeah, 15
years.
months. Yeah. Age 15 months. Yeah.
15 years ago when I
Still.
planted these grapes. That'd be way more. Yeah, because the most I've heard of is 5 years in the barrel.
For any wine ever?
That's the
Really?
most I've heard of. Just
Okay,
5
now-
years in the
How about
There
you?
are wineries that.
How about you?
I've heard of wineries that keep their wine in the barrel for 20 years. Very unusual, but it does happen.
I'm sure that's really cheap. That's a,
No.
Okay, with this wine, I taste
It might
olive.
be good.
Okay,
As
so
long as it's not
I taste.
pork.
Can I tell you what I taste, and then we'll talk about what you guys
Olive.
taste. I taste olive. I taste espresso. I taste dark licorice. I taste espresso. I taste red fruit. What do you taste?
I think I taste the red fruit mostly.
Okay.
I like
What
it
about
a
you,
lot.
Chip?
I said currants, which is a red fruit, so we're kind of on the same
Okay,
page
so let's
there.
see what they
Black
say.
currants. There's red currants and black
Red
currants.
currants, yes.
So this says in 2020, Artemis Stag's Leap Wine Cellars Cabernet Sauvignon offers
these two sleep.
intriguing aromas of olive, espresso, black licorice, and dark red
I
fruit.
completely disagree. It tastes like Siberia in the morning.
What does that taste like?
Just like
And
this.
it's paired with red meat and wild mushroom and short rib and pasta. And that's it. That's all. This is what they say.
Wild mushroom, that is a dice gamble, no? How wild do you get?
I love the
You want the
Russian roulette
cracker?
with the mushroom.
Right, yes.
Very
You want the
nice.
cracker?
No, thank you. I am not a parent.
Does anybody want a cracker to clean the palate?
Well, that was our last one,
Mm.
so we're gonna have to clean the palate.
But clean the palate to
Well, we have
start.
14 more minutes, so we should start totally over and rush through it this time.
We only have like 5 minutes left.
No.
Yeah, we only do 55 minutes, 50 to
But
55.
it is
54.
46, so
Yeah, so
we
about
have
5 minutes.
9 minutes.
We usually do like 51 now, recently.
Yes.
You're
So I
blowing
really,
my mind right now.
I really enjoyed all the tastings, and it took us back to Napa. And I think if anyone wants to visit there, they're gonna really enjoy it, and they're probably gonna want to move there. Because
Ooh, I have a fun
Yes, I agree with
topic.
that.
Comparing wine regions in California. Like, is it more fun than like the Paso Robles region?
I
or-
believe it is, yes.
Okay.
But no, that's fun too, though.
Yeah.
They're all fun.
Like,
but
what are the comparisons then, basically? Like, what are the pros and cons of each area? I bet Napa is more expensive.
It can
It
be.
is.
but
Yeah, I
it's
bet
more
the
expensive.
hotels and stuff. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
used to
very-
live in San Luis Obispo, like Paso Robles area. There's a lot of like cheap hotels that are really cute, like bed and
That's
breakfast
true.
styles.
That's true.
I love
in
that
that
you're
area.
saying that. We'll do a whole
So I
one
feel like
tasting.
Paso
We're
Robles
gonna
is
get
like a more like affordable option if
You're
you
right.
like don't want to break the bank. But
You're
if you're
right.
trying to ball out and go for like a special occasion, like an
Yeah.
anniversary or a
so
birthday,
right.
then go to Napa.
He's so right. Yes.
He's 100% right. Gabe, the time is gone. No, 100%. Napa's probably double the price.
Mhm.
It is. Because like you're like the tasting at Stag's Leap Cellar without any food, without any cheese, without nothing at all. If you're not a member, it's $150. And they give you okay, let me show you what they give you. They give you this much. That's your taste.
Yeah.
That's your taste.
Mm.
And you get like
In Russia, we call these blue balls.
We also call them cheap escape. I believe.
That's what you're tasting.
Call them traitor.
Traitor, that's right.
but
How many
luckily
wines? How many
We
wines did
call
you
them
get?
Siberian
We got
residents
4.
now.
How
No.
four big
No, he gave
four
us
wines
4.
for
well
100
you get three, but he said I'll throw in an extra.
for
They
$150.
almost did it.
Yes, and no food.
3 tastes.
At Stag's Leap Cellars.
$50 for
I
for
will
a
do
fucking
so
2
much
ounce
for
taste.
$150.
No, it's this much. It was literally this much. It was like
That's not even 2 ounces.
That's frustrating.
that's how much it was.
That's crazy.
But at your
Well, I'm a member at
That's
Dariush
insane.
and Shandown, and so we had
if you remember, it's free. Your tasting's free.
it's free, and we must have had 7 glasses at Domaine Carneros.
We did.
And Dariush, we had 5, and
She's
then we
right.
had food, caviar, whatever we
If
wanted.
you remember, it's free.
all free, all free.
How much does it cost to be a member there?
That's a good
It's
question.
not that much. It was like you get a delivery, and you're only paying for the wine twice a year. And
So
it's-
they send you wine. Okay, tell the truth.
yeah, and it's
Or tell them what
reasonably
it is,
priced.
not
It's
tell
like-
the truth.
probably, depending on where you're at, like $20 to $30 a bottle. Because
That's not terrible.
No, and you get 3 bottles shipped twice a year.
I thought you were saying the Dariush bottle was like $70 though.
It's expensive, but if you're a member, we taste it for free.
Oh, so-
And
But
I didn't
exactly.
just
So
get two.
if they're bringing their bottle price down that much, then how much is the membership fee?
There is none. If you're
So you're saying they give you
paying
free
more than
wine,
No.
and
No,
give you
no,
their wine
listen,
half
listen.
off for free.
No.
Listen, if you buy,
You're just paying for the wine they deliver.
basically you're saying I want to have you ship me quarterly wines, and that's how you become a member, and that's free.
This sounds like communism.
And then if you and then you go there.
Yeah, no, it's not. You don't get charged for the membership. You just get charged for the wine you.
Yeah.
they
So
do.
basically, if you buy wine online from them, when you go taste
Yes.
it, it's free.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They just call it a membership.
Yes.
Well, it's a membership
Yes.
because you commit to receiving wine on a regular
a year.
basis,
Like
twice a year.
twice a year.
But if they're
Twice a
giving
year.
it to you half off,
They're
that's
not
a great
giving-
deal.
Yeah,
that's
it
not-
She
is.
said
It is
that
a great deal.
she said they're giving it to people for $30, and that was a $70 bottle.
I don't think so.
No, it is a good deal.
No, it is. It is.
As a member, it's a great deal. She's
And
correct.
I took everyone there, and
She did.
they didn't charge us.
It's
a
free
dime.
for all of us.
That's
Dime.
cool.
But Stag's
Not a
Leap, we
dime.
all have
How
to
many
pay.
bottles do you have to buy? Do they make you buy like 1,000 bottles?
I still
No,
can't
it's
believe
3
that.
quarterly.
$150.
3 bottles?
to taste
3 bottles
wines.
quarterly, and
Wait,
we,
you don't know what she's paying, so don't comment on this.
I know. I'm
She
commenting
knows.
on this.
Oh no, this one.
That blows my mind.
No.
Oh no, she was talking about the
Darius.
Dariush.
I
I'm
know.
not-
Kind of Darius.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, she's talking Dariush and Domaine Canaris because she's a member. This is the one that I was. The G man is a member of this place. I'm not gonna say who it is. And if you're a member, you get some free ones. But if you're not a member and you go there, it's $150 a person for that much of a sip.
I will be opening new winery, $1,500 per sip. It will be amazing.
Everyone wants to open it.
Everybody wants my stuff.
Grape grown in Chernobyl, give you super.
Okay,
That's
so we
superpower.
only have 2 minutes left.
If you want to be like Spider-Man, come talk to me.
So
I'm
Spider-Man,
at Chernobyl Merlot.
let's all talk about what we are rating this wine. Chet, with you.
This is a 10.
Oh boy, boy.
See, that's a good rating scale. You save the 10 for a real 10.
Chet likes the 10.
I think it's a 10. It's beautiful.
I think it's 12.
I love it.
And she thinks it's 10. What do you think it is?
Well, I don't.
Oh no, you can't cheers this without a sip.
12 is not
I don't
an option
like
for me.
rating wines.
Okay,
Personally.
then you don't get any more.
Stop being a control freak. Let him pour his own wine.
No.
I love it. It's on camera of you being a control
But if
freak.
he
I
doesn't
just-
want it and he
I
doesn't
don't
like it.
scoring wines because it.
But we do.
But you
because
like
it
the
gives you
wine.
no
Oh, he's a wine
information.
judge, but he doesn't like scoring wines. That's why he's here to score it. What the heck?
I actually love that because wine is art, and art is not supposed to be a competition. It's supposed to be about enjoyment. So it's just supposed to be about how much do
agree.
you
Why
enjoy
does
it.
Chet say the perfect things every time?
This is amazing.
Because he is your son.
A lesson in bias.
Listen in bias, that's right.
Okay, I think this is a 12. Like everything about this exudes what I like in a wine. Like it's perfection. It's the balance of the fruit. There's no tannins that are very strong. It's very light tannins, I feel. Do you feel the tannins?
There's some light tannins in the finish, yeah.
Yeah, light tannins in the finish.
As a Russian, I would give this maybe a 2 because it tastes like freedom and love. And I hate this.
I love that. Done.
That's
Well,
so cool.
we are
So
here saving the planet.
Appreciate it.
One
One
show
wine
at a
at a
Show at a
time.
time, one wine at a time. Stag Leap Wine Cellars, Dariush, and
Thank you, everybody. This was
Domaine
amazing.
Canaris.
So much fun.
Lovely. Thank you so
And
much.
Cooper. Go party
If you
Cooper.
don't like the Russian accent, don't send letters. We want to read
And
them.
when is your band playing?
We are playing at the